Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And it is so good to be back. I had a little break, as many of you know, but now I am back with kind of a regular schedule. And some extra for those of you interested in the junk journal challenge throughout November. What are we going to do today? I have two things that I really want to do, and I'm going to start with the first one. And I don't know, do you? I'm like, do you? I don't know. Have you seen? That is what I'm going to talk about. Have you seen that Becky at Aunt Beck's Creation have posted a link about a kindness rock, or like a rock collection of kindness like things? I read that the other day and immediately thought about this one. This rock. Uh, I actually brought home from my holiday this summer, from where we live during every summer at our summer house. And at first, when I saw it laying outside, I thought it was, you know, actually bread left outside on the porch. But then I realized it is a rock. So we are going to make a kindness rock or gratitude rock. Oh, hello, Jen. Welcome, welcome. I am going to prime this or paint this and then let it dry, of course. And then we'll see if we do the little texting here, because I was thinking, like, have a little text here just to remind me of things. So I do want to have it, looking like this actually bread that I thought it was. So I was thinking like light orange. See if I can reach. I have changed it up with lighting and everything. So I hope that everything is looking good for all of you. It is a rock. You know, sorry for that, but it's a rock. And I didn't think it was until I actually, felt it. It is really heavy, but I like the shape, and when I saw it, it was, I needed to do something with it. So we are going to put some paint on it. I've tried to clean it up, but you'll never know with these kinds of things. And I don't want to have it heavy painted or something. I just want to have it a little paint up here, almost looking like the same color now. I realize when doing this, but it definitely is an interesting one. And I loved it when looking at it, like, it's not really exactly round, but I like the shape a lot. Almost looking like it's been taken directly up from the oven or something when painting it like this. Might even need several layers here. I haven't really painted on a rock before, but I got a little bit inspired because I saw Becky's thing there. A heavy bread, yes, definitely. Definitely a heavy one. It is. I don't know the weight of it, but it is really really heavy. Let's put another layer on. These are those kinds of things that I don't really have the patience to wait. Hello, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you back here, and it's been a while. I haven't been as active on social media lately when being back, but let's see. There has been a lot going on with the November challenge though, so making a true junk journal is harder than you might think. A little bit strange, but hello, hello. So I'm going to leave it like this, and as you can see, it's kind of the same. In real life, it's kind of the same natural color as other parts of it, and I kind of want to have it stay like that, but I will put it aside, and then we will hopefully come back to it. So one thing that I thought of, and I'm not 100% sure. I have so many things going on in my mind right now. I can give you a little sneak peek or something. I'll start it with a book that I wanted to alter. So I have kind of glued things together in the way that I want it to be. Not entirely sure if I want to have this one, come together with the November journal really, or if I want to have it as a December one or something else. But this is one thing that I am working on. So a couple of different types of pockets and things. This is going to be a separate page like this. The pocket here, the pocket there. This one, I don't know, classic altering book style. A little page like this. But the thing is, when I made this, I wasn't sure how I wanted to cover the pages, and I have actually had this one for maybe like a month or so, and then I just actually yesterday just felt it had paper clips and everything in it. Now it was like, oh, I just needed to glue, so I glued down the pages, and now I actually need my glue, but where is it? It's one of those things. There's somewhere here on the table. Let's take this one instead. You just have to put a little bit of glue just down like that. So this one, now when I'm thinking, going to be one of those that I come back to throughout, making a page here and a page there. So it is a couple of pages to go through. And it was kind of thick at the beginning of it. It had like 463 pages, this one. but I torn out, I don't know exactly, but a little bit more than half of it, maybe. So, but still, it has a couple of really fun pockets and things to use. So that one will be, um, one of the projects going on. But for today, I just felt, what about gluing and making a masterboard? And, you know, of course, I should have looked into where I had my glue stick, but we have other glues, so we'll try to use that. And I wanted to use up my scraps. That was the aim in this, really. So I'm going with my little, or not so little, it's quite a lot of scrap bits and pieces of paper. Well, I have it here right beside me, and it's becoming quite full. I actually have these small little pieces, and in the middle of all this, I found these. So I don't know what to do with those, but we have bits and pieces of things going on here, so it's just a matter of gluing down. And for that, I'm using the base of a regular copy or printed paper, just because I know that it's going to be thick at the end of it, so I won't do a thicker cardstock kind of thing, and then change it up or something. Let's see, sorry for the reach there, if you could see. I don't know. I have a new glue stick here, and I'm going for the small pieces first. Look at this one. Actually, saw it. It's kitchen paper, really. I don't know what I've used it for. Something. And for those of you wondering, I have made like painting papers before, and so I'm just going to glue bits and pieces and throw other parts away. So as you can see, it's kind of a orangey look to that one. This will go in the bin. So, and to me, this is kind of a relaxing thing too, just to glue down. And I'm not really particular about how to place the things, because it's going to be covered anyway in some way, shape, or form. So I will just start gluing down like this. And some of the papers that I've been gluing I've used as cover for journals, and some I've used as ATC backgrounds. I've found some yumminess here for the junk journal. I have all kinds of fun things in here. Let's see if I have those little scrap pieces. This from an old project. Those will be used for something else, but these, I don't know about you, but I save up on bits and pieces just in case, if I want to have it as a background of some sort for something. And for this particular one, I was first thinking of going it's Christmas, and it's going to be Thanksgiving later on in November. But I just thought I need to glue, and that is what I will do. Not think as much of the colors or anything. And as you know, it will be covered, so some of it, of course, like that bit, but most I will just glue down as is. And this is the best part, when not thinking about what you're doing and just gluing it down. At least most of the time for me, those are the best projects. Hello, Angie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So do I like the whole thing here, or just tear some bits and pieces? I don't know how you feel about it, but first I want to say that I do love this season, Christmas and everything, things like that. But it is also a little bit stressful with everything going on. So for me, it's kind of nice to just have a couple of minutes like this doing nothing really, because we are creating, but not in a sense that we think about what we are creating. And that, of course, is a beauty in itself. I had a time not that long ago, though, that I couldn't create anything before I, had it planned. Because to me, the planning in the it was kind of like a process. So I needed to have it all planned out and then make what I was, making. But for the last couple of years, I've kind of learned how to not do that way and just kind of go with the flow, or, that kind of thing. So that is what we do here. Just go with the flow. And in one way, it could be, and sometimes I actually wish that you could just lay things down like this and then, just pour a lot of glue and then be finished with the project, kind of. But of course, that is a little bit hard sometimes to work like that. Oh, have you taken 3 days off of crafting? Ooh, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I actually encourage you to do that sometimes, and, kind of think about something else for a while, because especially if you feel like the mojo is not really on your side. Oh, thank you so much, Heather. Um, in one way, this is the beauty of it all. Just going down, not thinking about it, and then create something really beautiful anyway. Have a couple more pieces. I have to use up, and as you all know, this is a lovely way of use up your scraps because we do have the scrap bits. Um, I don't know if you have them organized, but I certainly don't have it organized. I try to have it organized, but I don't. And I'm not 100% sure if I want to have them organized either, because to me it's one of those things. So just put things there, maybe like that. Getting a little bit gluey, but that's how it is. I do have this yellow. That might be nice to add in. I'm actually thinking about making like a deck of cards with gratitude, sentences or quotes or things like that on it. So, in that sense, I'm kind of thinking about using ATC sized cards or to make it. And this in this case will be the background. I hope that you're having fun with the No New November, and I totally understand. To me, I have it as a challenge to myself to, like, as much as possible, just use junk mail and junk things in it. But it is hard, especially when you have all those beautiful stickers or, bling or paint and everything that you have. Um, so to me, it has been, and I had it as like an extra challenge to myself. Oh, was it Millie and Vanessa that was on, Angie? I've been thinking about uh, going live and look at them like Friday. I think it's Friday evening, or actually Friday night, my time, that Vanessa and Millie are on. But I usually have like an extra little time on Saturday mornings or to look at them. Oh, last night. How to, there are so many of you crafters that I wish I had like on for almost like 24/7, but you know it's not really possible, even though I would love to support each and every one of you. Yeah. Oh, hello, Alison. Sorry that I missed you. Yeah, to me, using junk in this no November junk journal challenge, uh, I don't know about you, but as I've told you before, we don't get much of junk mail, so I had a little hard time to collect those kinds of things, but that is a fun challenge, at least for me. Let's see if I want to just tear this piece because I don't want to have it as straight of an edge there. You will actually get a little extra video tomorrow. We are going to use, as many of you know, me and Vanessa, we are going to use Wednesdays, and that is Friends Day on a Wednesday and Thursdays on Vanessa's channel for the November challenge. I thought it was so fun. So I pre-recorded videos and things and realized, there are videos, even though I'm live, there's videos. So you will have a lot of videos to look at, but that is an extra fun thing. Yeah, magazines, they are really useful in many ways. Even when making background like this, you could go in and make an ATC sized thing, and then you have beautiful small little cards that you can send out in Happy Mail or things like that. Just for now, I'm going with a cover like this with glue. Usually I use Mod Podge, but with everything that I've tried to change up the lighting and things and change up the camera, everything is just a tiny bit organized in my room. So I will leave this. Let's see, we do have to cover that with something. Thinking about yet again one of those things that you really want to use up. This was a painted paper that I made. Don't ask me when because I don't know, but I remember making it on a live. Let's see what you're writing, Heather. Would decorating your cover with collage? No, definitely not. You do you. That is how I see it. But to me, I am always looking into my scrap bins before using anything else. So, I would love to kind of use up what I have before going in with anything else and create more scraps. But definitely you do you. And isn't that what art is for? To create what you think is nice and things like that. So see, there is a lot of glue going on. Just going. And I've, of course, saved this. Why? I don't know, but we will definitely use this. Have a lovely day, Michelle. And, we will definitely see you around, I hope, throughout the rest of the week or at Mary's and things like that. That was a little bit of a dry spot, but I will just put on more glue. Some might think that that I put a little bit of too much glue on things, but I think it has to do with me, like several years ago, using glue that wasn't really a good glue. So I tend to put a lot of glue on, but that in itself also have it, really secured and glued on. So it is a good thing. And when looking at this, who would have known using up these things, like I do right now? A little bit of extra, just putting it here and there. And then, of course, the only thing that you can also see is this little pile here, and that will go directly into the scrap bin, of course, because those are a tiny bit too small to find any purpose in saving. Let's see, I'll put a photo in your group so you can see. It looks lovely. Ooh. Oh, that would be lovely to see. The best thing of all is to be inspired by others. So I will definitely look into that, Alison. Definitely. Are we finished with this one? This is one of those things that could be built, like on forever and ever. I do have this. No, that is going to be for another thing. I will put this one aside, and it's already really thick, and I'm thinking, have it. Oh, that is really thick there. Have it like this. It is a beautiful cover for a journal. You have to Mod Podge it and things like that, or put more glue on it. Or you can have it as a ATC background paper. Oh, thank you so much, Alison. We will just start a new one. And I have this paper. This is one of the Thursday Crafty Friends paper made out of a can. And so we will go in and look into gluing paper down with that. And I do admit, I don't know if you feel the same, but to me it was, at least in the beginning, very hard to rip apart paper like this and use, because I just felt that I, ruined something, or didn't use it as it was supposed to be used or meant to be used. But then again, you have to think about that you actually create something else with these pieces, because sometimes I do have this, like this paper. This have been there in my bin for so long, and you know, to me, when I say it like that, that is like several weeks, and I want to use the things that I'm making and kind of forgets that I have these things. So I looked through it today, and I actually had time to look through it, you know, when I had my time off of social media. Let's see, do I have my phone? I'm going to look into the thing that if Allison put a picture up in the group. Let's check it out. Let's see. I don't know. You've made beautiful tags, Allison, with toilet paper roll, the inner, the centers. So just continue gluing. I know that I don't know if I've made it live, but I know that I have somewhere, and I say somewhere because I don't save up on many things, but somewhere I have I think it was kind of like a composition book, and that I just made into masterboards, really, in the whole composition book. But I didn't really know it was masterboards, but I know I have it, so I wish that I could find it and glue, you know, quotes or things like that in it. But I haven't really found it yet, so that will be one of my upcoming things. So you're just going to have this one, and I will actually throw the other part. Yeah, that is going to be, yeah, I'm not going to, that will be a surprise, Heather. For those of you who don't know me, Heather, Craft and Share with Heather and Sylvia D, we have a collaboration. So each Thursday, we have a video up on our channel that is Thursday Crafty Friends. And we have a special item for the whole month to work with and create. And for this month, it is toilet paper roll centers or inners like this. You know, I've saved up of some because of the November challenge, and of course we have this toilet paper roll thing going throughout the month. And I actually thought about it, you know, 2020, when you couldn't get toilet paper, and then now saving up on the most inner part of the toilet paper. That feels kind of strange to me in a way. So in that sense, I'm actually glad that we are a big family as we are, because There we will always have toilet paper rolls, in each bathroom. Actually, I don't know. To me, this one screams Easter, but I don't know if I'm going to save it up until Easter to have this one. Oh, I forgot about the blue there. And then, of course, have to kind of fill it up with something else. Towel roll. Oh, I just can't with. Oh, I can imagine the thing there, Jen. Definitely. But you can cut a towel roll in two pieces, and then you have, if you want to have the size that is. I don't know about that though. I do have this. I never, I think I've had this strip. It was that long to begin with, but I had it for so long. So let's use it up. And this particular one I've had for years. And isn't it kind of funny in a way with things sometimes, because you save up in thinking that, you'll never know when you are going to use it. And then you forget about that you have it and buy something similar or the exact same thing again. Let's see, Allison. Oh, for those of you who haven't seen it, this is beautiful. Wrapping paper security envelope. That is really beautiful. I have, we have actually found, and it's a little bit of a treasure thing for me. I found this in the scrap bin. I'm thinking, I don't know if I will have that one for the No New November, or if I will use it up. So it's one of those places, like, put it in the scrap bin. It might be used up, and if it's not, it will be there till the project someday. It was really, really pretty. And if you want to use the toilet paper rolls, I know that it's always fun to see your projects. In that case, you can use the hashtag Thirsty Crafty Friends on any social media platform, really. So it gets a little bit easier for me, Heather and Sylvia, to look at what you have created, to really find you. This will definitely be an Easter inspired thing now when looking at it. Oh wow. Oh, that was a good to know. I'm really glad to hear that, Heather, with the surgery of Esther. Oh, that was a good one, Allison. That was really a good one. thinking about the last little part here. Am I going to use it for something? To me, it's kind of course, I will use it for something, but I don't want to cover it all in this, do I? Let's just cut it off like this and then, save this for something and then have these little bits and pieces just glue down. And of course, I don't know about you, but for me, I have this bin throughout the whole year. So you can see like, spring things, and you can see flowers and butterflies and everything really. See, looking through it again and finding, Now, I have been looking for this. I found it. This is, I'm thinking, Illustrated Faith. I was thinking there a little bit. This is an Illustrated Faith paper that I got in, I think it was Happy Mail. So I actually looked for this for a long time. That will be put in a special place. And now for this, I'm thinking this will actually come handy in making not Easter, but I have been thinking about making a surface journal. So I will take all these bits and pieces and glue down. Yeah, there will be this to me, or the board and everything, that is definitely inspired by all the spring colors that I've been having here in this bin. And as you can see, some of the things will get glued down quickly and others take a little bit more time. But as I say, it's the beauty of the process, at least for me, that is important, not the final product. Let's see, what is this? This is really thick though. I don't know. I think this is from where I had my ticket die. So I used it a little bit. Actually creating some tickets. And that I do like this. It's really shiny. I see blue. And sometimes I actually think that I'm going to make, paper ruffles or things like that with these kinds of small little bits and pieces. But I never do. So it's more fun to actually use it up like this. I'm looking at this one. This is a little bit too much of color. Going in with these strips, coffee dyed paper. Actually made a little batch of coffee dyed paper right in time for Christmas, that is. I usually do my December daily. I've been making December dailies for, I think it's 3 years now, or something like that. And I will continue with one this year too. So for November and December, there will be a lot of videos. Let's look into maybe adding some of this, even though it's thick. This one up here, just because it's like corners. Down here, oops, that would be covered up, so I don't mind. And usually when making this, I have Mod Podge and a thick, layer of Mod Podge. And I'm thinking that this one will be that too, but not today. It's just the fun part that we will make today to glue these down. And then, of course, for at least some of it, it will be glued down to the point that you don't really see don't really see what was to in the beginning of it all, color wise and with other kinds of patterns and things. And then in one way it might be that I covered it all. I do have, this is definitely from a ticket thing, but no, I will not use that one. And do we have anything else of blue or purple or? Could glue this one down. This is from a Digi from Cara Brandon Designs, from her summer Digi. 7 Days of Summer, I think it was. So a little scrap bits of that. Doesn't really have a bad thing. Like, it is really nice to have those kinds of things on here too. Looking through it again. Actually adding more and more things to the point that it doesn't really matter at all. Why have I saved this? The good opportunity to glue it down with all the other bits and pieces of this colorful thing. Let's see. Am I going to use those butterflies? I haven't talked to her, but no, she is still at her parents' house, Heather, and she had a video up yesterday. But unfortunately, it is what it is, kind of thing. But I haven't really exactly heard anything from her, other than everything is as good as it's going to get at this point, really. Oh, this one is really, really thin. It's origami paper. We'll have some down here at the bottom of this page. And for this particular one, I'm thinking of covering most of it, really. I don't know why, but yeah, I think we all do. Yeah, you will get some information on the videos there, Heather, but we miss her. We definitely do that. But I do know that she looks on as many videos as she has time for. So hopefully everything will turn out to the best at the end of it all. Let's see if we could, oops, that was a little bit of a thing there. Just put down this. It is a lot going on this one. Oh, you don't, Allison? With the notification thing, sometimes I think that you actually have to unsubscribe and subscribe again to get the notifications, because I know that YouTube have made some changes, but not exactly what kind of changes they've made. Not the later ones, like the last couple of weeks. But I know they are making big changes, and here in Sweden, I know that my YouTube, like the settings and how YouTube works and looks, like the interface of YouTube isn't the same as in the US or any other country. They have like a beta version or something here right now. So as you can see, a lot of small little bits and pieces, and then much of the gluey thing, like the Mod Podge, and it will cover it all. And let's see if we could just try something just to show you. Do we have anything to, I have so many things, but I don't have the right thing. Isn't that what we all feel sometimes? Have you unsubscribed to? Yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about, Heather. With the subscribing and unsubscribing and things like that. That is really strange. Let's see if we could just find maybe this is like a strange looking picture. I'm looking here in all my little magazine cutouts. Oh, look at this. You could like add something like this to the cover of a journal or something. No, you might cut it to the right size and things like that. Or maybe create this thing. You can have a lot of fun things going on with a a background like this. Yeah, it would definitely be a thing, Jen. I will leave, it is all gluey right now, so I will leave all those kinds of things to be made at a later date. Or at least as it has been like drying a little bit more. Kind of similar, these two, but a lot of colors in both of them. And when thinking about it like this, and making these, I don't really know if I ever will use them. And when it might be strange saying it like that, but I will put them aside just to have them ready and maybe use them. And I can't do it right now, but I usually go and doodle in with black with my Posca, with black Posca, and outlining or like having doodles, all around them. So that is the thing. Let's look into our rock. Another of those maybe strange projects, but I liked it when I saw it. Do I want to have it? I think I want to have it a little tiny bit more of coverage. And the thing with YouTube is I like YouTube, but sometimes YouTube is working strange. Really strange. And we will just let this dry a tiny bit. And then the hard part comes to the plan. I'm thinking about writing on this. And I'm actually thinking about writing. I'm not sure I will be making it today, but maybe tomorrow on the live. Be brave, be kind, be grateful. So that will be, through here, like at the middle of it. And I'm actually, I don't know. And in one way, I don't want to have it too much of an, you could go with any other color really, but I don't want to have it like that. As natural as possible. Hello everyone, welcome to Risa. A fun thing that it will get a little sneak peek for those of you interested. Let's see here. For those of you interested and for those of you who haven't seen my November journal, this is the signature. It's getting chunky as we speak, just because I've created some things throughout and made changes to it too. And we haven't really told you, but we will sew this signature in the actual cover at the end of the month. So, we will be looking into this for several more days. Hiding some things that you haven't seen already coming later on, like actually tomorrow, with a little extra. So it is getting chunky like that. So I said it at the beginning. I won't make this one chunky, but I'm not really make it just is. It makes itself chunky. I have so many ideas for this, so I don't really have the opportunity to do anything else. And then I actually found this one. This is really strange to me because I thought that I hadn't done it in August 2020. So I made another one, but I found this today. I haven't used it. So they all start like this with 8 pages in them. And, this is 8 pages, but it is a little bit more chunky. So that one will be, I don't know, this one will be used for something else just because I've totally forgot about it and made another August one. So I have the other one that I've used, really used up, and it is chunky. I will be gluing more, I feel like, today. And I know that, I think in the last live I did on a Tuesday before my little holiday break there, it is a lot of gluing in this. Let's see what you're writing, Alison. I haven't been working in mine. I'm so busy making it, haven't had time. Oh, I always make daily journals, or like a little bit of a diary type of thing. But I also create it just because I think it's fun. And in this one, one of those that just glue things down just because I can. As I'm doing right now. And some pages have a lot more glue down to them than others. Like, I'm thinking like one back here, it's almost finished. And yet again, I'm using this one as almost like a masterboard, or like, glue don't think kind of project thing, because it is one of those. I just take things and glue. A whole lot of small little bits and pieces of food, I see. I don't know. Let's glue that one down. A slow crafter could be a good thing, Alison. So depending on if it works for you, it's good. That is how I say it. It's one of those things. I have so many things going on at once that I kind of forget about projects throughout, So when going through all those kinds of fun things, like I made this like during the holiday, it was really fun to actually see. And the thing that I was doing really was to look into what I have in terms of Christmas things, because I had a little bit of a cleanup thing going. And so, but it didn't turn out as cleaning. It turned out like a nostalgic trip of things. Bee journal. Oh, this is a Gigi, but no. I think this one is from Tsunami Rose, a Gigi that she has. So I do want to have him. Let's put him on the pineapple. So sometimes I use gluing and sometimes I use slow stitching. That is what it is. And then of course I do like, proper projects too. But most of the time it's just a nice thing of gluing down and not think at all what you're doing. And don't want to cover too much of the things that I've already put in. Let's have these beads. Oh no. Just like that. And this one might be a beautiful butterfly to just put down. I have been saving up on so many, to me, pictures that I sometimes want to use, that I never use them. That is, it's a collection in itself, but it has become a collection. This one will go in the bin just because I didn't like it, but I will glue down the rest of it. And I don't know how it works for you, but for me, gluing is one of those things that I usually do when I don't have as much of like a mojo feel to things, or one of those times where I just want to have a slow go on things. Why this is what I do. I have to put this aside because now I'm thinking too much. And this is too big. This will cover up too much. So I'm literally kind of focusing on just gluing down things just to have my to practicing doing it really, because to me that is really, really hard. Sometimes it's easier. Oh, this one doesn't want to be glued down there. Sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's really, really hard. I'm doing it again, putting that one aside. And let's see if we can have some glue on this. And my aim in this is to cover as much of the page as possible. Oh, that is ooh, let's see. This is really, really hard. Let's see if we can place the lamp there and then just have a bit of glue down like that. Slow is definitely okay. The thing with me is that I have so many ideas that sometimes I just need to have them out of my head. And that makes it easier for me to focus on doing what I'm supposed to do, you could say. See, oh, this one. This is from this is Christmas last year. I'm actually going to fussy cut this one out a little bit even, like. Just like that. And put the other thing in the bin there. See if I can kind of have it at the edge of the page. Yep, that will do. Another piece of something. Most of the things that I have, like this is from my friend, like this one, this is from my friend Madeline. And she makes or made, but she have a lot of digital design things. And for some reason, and I know that she makes a lot of beautiful, you know, pieces of the kid or, ephemera pieces and things for Christmas. So for some reason, I usually use her things throughout Christmas. that thing is. Oh, that is nice to hear, Heather, that Judy is making one. I don't know. Have you made any true junk journals before? I'm actually going to show you one that I've made now when thinking about it. I made this one together with my daughter, and I don't know if I've shown it before. Um, this is one of those journals that I have been just laying here just to save up, because I think she was like 5 years or maybe 6 when she made this. I don't know how you say it. It's like a finger knit kind of binding. She made it herself. So it's more like, one of those flow kind of thing. And I made one and she made one too. So this is her thing totally. She just glued in like this. Things that she felt was, I have to look into it though with the information. Yeah, things like she thought was nice. And this is made out of junk, really, and some painted pieces and things. But so she made one for herself when I made one for me. That specific month, a couple of years back, she's turning 11. So, and I think she was 5 or going on 6 years old when she made this one. No, she did actually. No, she did actually sew it down a tiny bit, this one, just for decoration part. But it was. I haven't really thought about how she attached, or if she just stapled them. Oh no, she did use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch thing. So that is hers, and it is nice to have it, save up on those things. I actually had it out, just for the new November, just to have a little bit of an inspiration with all the things. It is. Oh, sorry for that. It is really, really fun. Really, really fun to have it. I'm actually going to try to glue her down. Maybe like this, a tiny bit on the edge like this, and cut part of this one away. She likes to look at it now because she's made other journals after that, but she comes back to this one and really find inspiration, even though she was, it was a really couple of years ago now. And when you are a small child, say, I know that I've been talking about it before, but sometimes I think that we kind of forget about, the real fun things, and have too much focus on And I'm saying like quote unquote like typical adult things. And of course, as adults as we are supposed to have that, but we have to have some fun too. And when being in the age of like 2, 3, 4, 5, um, that to me is a very important age. So a whole lot of talking and gluing today, but it is one of those days. And for tomorrow, I will be having a video up, but I will also be live in the morning. Friends Day on a Wednesday with a little twist. Because that is what it is. I'm still going to have it Friends Day on a Wednesday, but it's going to be November twist. So that will be together with sorry, I can't really speak. With Vanessa. Let's see. Gluing is one of those things that is really, really fun. At least I'm thinking like this. I wish I had somewhere to put this one down that I wouldn't cover. Let's see. There. You have it there. A teacup or a coffee cup and a little letter piece of some sort. And when making these kinds of, I don't want to have it, to say that it's a glue book. I just took, I don't even know how many, but it is copy paper, printer paper. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this one is really thick now. Let's think about it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 printer papers, and just bound them together with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And this is my glue book. And because I'm gluing in pieces, it's going to get thick. So that is why I'm doing it like that, like having other things. You could go with other types of papers if you like, but it will be thick in the end, so I always use printer paper when doing things like this. Especially if you want to have a background and then have glued on pictures like this. Let's see. Did I take too little glue? I did. I totally forgot this side. This was supposed to be, I don't know if it really is, but this was supposed to be some kind of Tupperware, in my daily journal, really, because I know that the specific day that I had this one cut out, I bought me some Tupperware. So I wish I had somewhere to put him down with all the money. I don't know. Can you see? No, that one. It's hard for me to know because of the new lighting. I have to look into how to hold things so it doesn't get too glary for you. And when I'm saying to new lighting, it's not really new light. I haven't bought anything new. I've just placed them a little bit different than it was before. I'm going to fussy cut these out. Just because I want to use the greenery here, but I don't want to have it too much of the red, typical Swedish red house in the background. Do we have space for you somewhere? Where did we have the boy? I'm going to cut it down like this. I don't really mind. I wanted to have some greenery there. Look at these cuties. They might fit in on this page. I don't know about you. Do you save up on pictures just because they are kind of, cute, or one of the pictures that you might use in the future? Are you like that too? The one edge there I cut and one I folded, as you can see. I thought I would use this in the new November as it's fall, but I'm not sure. But those are kind of the things that I've been cutting up and kind of saved to use for something. I don't even know what this is. This might go here. I think that is a face, nose and eyes and eyebrow there. Do I want to have it like this style? I don't know. Let's put it up here. And this particular glue book, I've been making themed glue books before, but this particular one hasn't got any, anything really in terms of what theme, or I'm just gluing. Definitely just gluing down. Sometimes I've been gluing down things that I think it's, pictures that are cool to look at. And sometimes I just cut them out just because, you never know when you will use them. Have another one of these. Let's put that one up here, maybe. Can we do that? And then, of course, I will go back and cut little pieces like this sticking out of the pages like that. This was one of those summery themed things that I saved up on, but I never used it. It is really relaxing. That is, for me is as it's late night for me right now. It's one of those times when I had the whole day, and particularly today with a lot of appointments, just sitting down, gluing and doing things like this is, one of those things that I really need. Does he want to have like a bow tie on? The dog already have one. A little bit too big. No, that one will go for something else. And mostly these pictures that I have will be glue booking pictures because I don't do the daily journals like I did before. Now I mostly write in my daily journals before I actually glue down pictures to symbolize what I did throughout the days. And as I'm not doing that anymore, I have a whole lot of pictures just laying there waiting to be used in a way. Never been used. It has been like, actually noticed that some of these pictures has been laying here since I started doing this whole thing, and it has been like 3, maybe 4 years now. Me with the urge of using up, that will definitely not go to plan. Let's see, we do have some small little bits and pieces here. Now I always go through small pieces first because it's easier when having this size of book. You could say this is a European size A4, but it is like a let's I have it's a almost 12 by, let's see, 8 by 12. So it is almost 8 by 12. So it is bigger than the 8 by 11 piece of paper that you have. Almost 8 by 12. Don't ask me more about that one because I don't know. I don't know. The beauty of measurement. And that one will be placed there and have those things cut out off. And for this specific one, is one of the glue books that I'm kind of looking through just to be inspired by different kind of things, or even be inspired by flipping through it like I do now, back and forth like this. Some glue books I've actually just glued down and kind of thrown away after a while because at one point I made so many that I had to make space for others. Let's see about this rock now. Yeah, we could do something with that later on in a little bit. Now I saved up on these pieces, for instance, just to have as I made like I made journals this size before, like an A, like made a piece like this, really big journals. So that is why I saved up on these big pictures and big things. But I don't anymore, so let's see. I don't want to cover him up though. Kind of hard finding a spot to glue these things down now, but let's see. You could say that this is a dark moment. Could definitely say that. I wonder what I was thinking when gluing that one or cutting that one out. And that is a thing too, when looking through the pictures, really, I can remember in, looking into the pictures how I felt that particular day or week or whenever I cut them out. So I do need to have, this was Easter time, this little egg, but I just felt he needed to be there to be a little fun part of this picture. Actually cut this one a little bit so I don't forget about it, because that is one of my problems. Let's see, this one. I have a whole lot of small little bits of ephemera pieces like this. Totally forgot about them. But it's better to glue them down than not really using them at all. Let's see, we'll take out a few little bits and pieces and then look into the rock there. Oh, this is a German scrap. I think you call it a German scrap. I have a whole lot of those. I collected them when I was a girl, so I have a whole lot of those kinds of, all different kind of things. Yeah, what happened to the little bird? I thought he was glued down. Maybe he wasn't. No, thinking too much again. It's kind of filling up to the point that it is really hard to not really think too much when placing things down. Tomato and a kiwi. She going to have one over her head? I think she is. Just like that. No, that was a little bit too much. We will place it just to cover the piece of whiteness. I don't know, but I just felt it was a little bit too white there. Do we want to have one of these? I've had that one before in this. A little bit of a balloon thing going. So as you can see, this is one of those that grows into a finished project someday in my ongoing thing of projects, because that is really what it is. So let's look into the rock if we could do something fun with that one. Actually looking into, I don't know if I want to have it more covered or not. So we will go in with a regular pencil, but oh, the glue just went down on the floor. But that's how it is. I was first thinking about writing something in Swedish, but then I realized, as I've told you before, things are, to me at least, they kind of look better or sounds better in English for some reason. I'm just going to try out this. And it is a little bit hard writing on this rock, but I will try. And let's see, somewhere like that. Not a masterpiece, just a little reminder to myself. Be brave, be kind. And be grateful. And then, of course, a little bit of doodling going on with the start here. I don't really know, but I just felt it needed that. And I will let this whole thing dry and then seal it. So this will be inspired by Becky at Aunt Beck Creations and her kindness rock article or Pinterest article thing that she posted. I think it was last week. So we have done quite a lot of things, really, especially with these. I'm not sure that I'm going to use both of them as covers, but I will definitely use them somehow. But this little rock piece will be a little bit of a reminder to myself and everyone in the household. And thank you all so much for being here. And I say we will because me and Vanessa will be back tomorrow. Friends Day on a Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a little of a November twist because we are going to work in our November Junk Journal Challenge. So, something fun going on as always. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. And for the replayers, lovely to have you here as always. Bye, everyone.